The time now is 6:33. Let's talk to you about new measures which have been proposed to tackle waste crimes such as fly tipping and the illegal export of rubbish.
The government wants increased background checks on companies which move or trade waste, as well as mandatory digital tracking of rubbish across the UK. Our environment correspondent Jonah Fisher has more.
So you've got loads of asbestos just dumped in there, heaps of it, like in the water.
Okay. Meet Martin, the waste crime vigilante.
And then further down there's a whole heap of fly tipping in bags.
Martin's brought us to a stream in Hampshire that's full of illegally dumped asbestos and rubbish.
The sheer fact that someone will bring all of this hazardous waste out here and deliberately throw it into a watercourse is beyond me. And the fact that
For the last few years, the dumping of waste and how to stop it has become something of an obsession for Martin.
It's a slightly strange thing to have decided to dedicate your life to.
Yeah, I know that. But it is and it isn't, because someone's got to do it, right? So why not me?
Martin launched a website and app encouraging people to report fly tipping, and the messages have flooded in.
Someone has literally uploaded a picture of this waste and uploaded it to the ClearWaste app there, and then you can see it's come through.
So they've reported this to you.
Yeah.
What do you then do with that information?
That goes to the local authority.
Yeah.
And also, if we get evidence with that, we submit that to the appropriate authority. Sometimes that's the police.
So why will this have been dumped here?
Because it's so expensive to legally get rid of. Now, someone either knows that they've cut a corner to get this dumped here, or the contractor that's removed this asbestos has literally thought, I'm not paying to dispose of that.
Across England, the level of fly tipping is rising, and so is the cost to the economy, estimated at £1 billion in the last year. The lack of control over who handles the waste is a big part of the problem.
Now, if you want someone to come to your house and take away your junk, by law, you have to make sure that that person is registered with the Environment Agency. But that registration system, well, to be quite frank, it's a bit of a joke. Anyone, and I do mean anyone, can go online here to the government website, answer a few questions, pay £154, and then a few minutes later they have the paperwork they need to go and collect and dispose of people's rubbish.
Oscar was our beloved West Highland Terrier that died in 2006.
Mike Brown is an environmental waste consultant, and to test the registration system, decided to try and register his dead dog, Oscar.
Frankly, we were very, very surprised at how easy it was to register Oscar as an upper tier waste carrier and broker in just 15 minutes for £154.
Were there any checks made on Oscar to see if your dog was up to the job?
No checks. And the reason the system is broken is that over the last decade, the funding for the regulator has reduced at exactly the time that these inadequate rules are being tested by criminals whose proceeds from crime has increased.
After years of complaints from the legal waste industry, the government says it is listening and has today announced plans for background checks on those who handle the rubbish.
Consultation today, it's making sure that we have the right systems in place to track everything, but most importantly making sure that those carriers, brokers, dealers that are in the system are doing what we need them to do, that those who are misbehaving and behaving in a way that basically means we can't track that rubbish, that we actually drill down and make sure that we have the right people doing the right jobs.
This is Epsom in London. Absolute hellhole for fly tipping this was.
Martin is focusing his energy on trying to catch fly tippers in the act. But with large amounts of money involved, he now believes organised networks are behind much of the waste crime.
Are these people dangerous?
Yes. I've been chased by dogs. My life's been threatened. I've had all sorts done. Spat on, kicked, you name it.
Jonah Fisher, BBC News in Hampshire.
Now, no matter how many times, we've featured that story many, many times, when you see those pictures of rubbish just left.
It's so infuriating, isn't it? Because it just ruins your local environment. Perhaps you've got some pictures. Send them in, or some thoughts on kind of how you think it can be tackled. Maybe these digital tags will help. You can get in touch the usual ways. You can see on the bottom of the screen there at BBC Breakfast on social media, or you can email, of course.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not just that it looks ugly, which it definitely does. It's genuinely risky, isn't it? Asbestos, we saw the first example, it was asbestos that had been dumped. It is shocking.